JP, the countdown, it's officially begun. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now 12 hours until you will be able to get your very own copy of Pokemon X or Y. And I know, it might not seem like the biggest thing in the world, but you gotta imagine that millions of Pokemon fans around the world, JP, because this is the first time that Pokemon has had an international release, are going to be so excited for the game, JP. And the only reason I know or care is because I now have an 8-year-old son, and it all makes sense now. What's up, buddy?
Wait, so that comes out on a Saturday?
It comes out, yeah. You know, Nintendo,
well, they
are
release
the
games
kings.
Sundays.
Yeah, they are the kings of that. They don't give a fuck. Sunday, Saturday, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, they have always kind of been the company that's like, you know what? Just release it now.
Are they going to have a digital release for that, or is it only in physical copy form?
Good question. I don't know that much about the Pokemon XY release, JP, but I do know is that my GameStop is actually opening an hour early. And I was like, are you going to be
sell it?
Yeah, like, is that just to, he's like, well, we're going to have all of them in Friday. We're going to open early so that we can get, people in and out. And I'm like, are you actually going to have that many? He's like, dude, take every major title for the last 2 months and add those together, and the Pokemon pre-orders still beat the shit out of all of those.
Jesus.
So I don't know whether this is a GameSpot guy or GameStop guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you never
take it for what it's worth. But yeah, we're going tomorrow morning. We're actually going to leave at like 8:30 in case there's a line.
Christ.
And we'll see. That's about as long as MiniWheat will be able to actually stand in line. You're going to have to get it.
I'm going to have to get it now.
Here it comes.
Fuck. You know that DS has just sat on the side of my bed for like the past, since I bought it, basically.
Well.
So maybe I'll is it 30? How much is it for the game?
It's probably going to be 49. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think I paid 39 for it.
Okay, 39.
I paid 39.
Yeah, I'll probably grab it.
Yeah.
If I can get it digitally, I'll definitely grab it. If I have to go to a store, then maybe I can withstand the hype.
So, I want to actually just something. By the way, welcome to 8-Bits version 1.2. I'm djWHEAT, joined as always by itmeJP, and we have so much to talk about this week. I'm just excited to kind of jump into it. But, I just want to make a statement about that, because my kid, he loves Pokemon, right? But he's yet to play through an entire Pokemon game. And so I was kind of giving him shit a little bit, JP, and I was like, are we going to buy you Pokemon X, and then you're going to just, you're going to play it for 2 hours and then, like, watch videos of it? He's like, oh, no. He's like, I'm going to beat Pokemon X. I'm like, well, what's different about this game that's different, than the other 5 Pokemon games I bought you? And the answer he gave me kind of blew my mind, right? He said, because I want to discover all the new Pokemon. And, like, suddenly I'm like, oh, my God, right? Like, every game my kid's played has shit that, like, he can already find out about. Like, this will be the first time that he'll get to play a game that he likes so much where he will actually get to discover the shit along the way. And it just kind of, like...
Makes sense. Aren't there, like, I don't know anything about... I know that you catch creatures that are called Pokemon.
Right.
And you battle them against other people. That is my knowledge.
That are trainers that have their own Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's.
But you're gonna go around. You're gonna battle for badges to become Pokemon Trainer Supreme and all that shit tomorrow. And you want to know the GameStop? Those assholes, man. They're like, I went in to get Beyond Two Souls. I'm like, I might as well just like pre-order for MiniWheat. We'll get it on Saturday. He's like, oh, okay. So you just want to pre-order Pokemon X, not both of them? And I was like, no. I just Pokemon X is fine. He's like, maybe you don't realize what you're missing out on if you don't get both the games. And I'm just like, bro.
Wait, what are you missing out on?
You don't. Oh, probably like a few Pokemon and like because they add different Pokemon and different like ultimate Pokemon. I don't know the thing, but I'm just like, dude, get the fuck off your high horse. Get down. I'm not like I don't know. I feel so scummy when I go in those stores.
I don't go to. I refuse. I don't go to GameStop anymore. I haven't been to a GameStop in at least a year. I just don't go in there, man. I don't want to deal with those assholes.
I'm not a fan.
I love going to a store where the person that is like ringing your order up and everything is totally and utterly not wanting to be there and does not want to have a conversation with you.
Exactly.
And they swipe your card and you say, "Have a good
it?
day, thank you," and you have like a polite discussion.
I'm with you, JP. I'm so with you.
Don't want to have a discussion about the new PS4 coming out and if I have it pre-ordered and what games I have pre-ordered
all
for
the
it.
Shit I could trade in for it.
Yeah.
I was like, I noticed you got an iPhone there. Do you have an old iPhone? You could trade that in for in-store credit.
I might have to go to. We can actually start our first session with this. I might go to GameStop because I ended up buying a PS3 Wheat, and with that PS3 came the Uncharted 3 Game of the Year edition, and it's still in the shrink wrap, so I could probably sell this for like $2.50.
What? You're not gonna play it?
I already have it.
Okay. Dude, that's it. You sign that shit, and you give it away.
Give it away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I could. It'll end up costing me money in shipping, but I could.
Dude, I don't even want to tell you how much money I've spent on shipping for like
shipping's pretty crazy.
You know,
we need to talk. We should get a sponsorship from stamps.com. Have you heard about this website?
Oh my God. That's a genius idea.
Yeah, Joe Rogan uses it for his podcast. He ships everything out with stamps.com right out of his house. I need to do that.
Yeah.
They send you all the shit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm like familiar with some folks that have run like home office type stuff, and they use stamps.com. That's a great idea.
Need to talk to them.
Great idea. All right, what's playing, what we're playing, now playing, and everything in between. JP, this might be the first week that my list is longer than yours.
Yeah. I've been doing too much goddamn D&D, and I'm actually thinking of starting a fourth show, and that's stupid. I shouldn't do the fourth show.
You should just wait a little bit. You should at least wait until 2014.
Yeah, I know. I know I should. But here I am like, I could do a fourth show and do. No, stop.
JP,
Stop.
Stop.
God.
Wait till 2014 at least. Okay, fair enough. A lot of D&D, which is not on your list, but we know you playing a lot.
It's like 16 hours or some shit this past week. That's too fucking much, man. I ended up having to take a nap prior to D&D last night, and then it was the campaign that I was DMing, so I had like maybe 2 minutes of prep, and I just made it all up on the fly, and it was a pretty shitty night, at least from my point of view. So I'll probably spend the weekend like actually doing that. But what have you been playing, man?
At least you took a nap. That's all. That's
yeah. I was exhausted.
Well, actually, because there's two games on here that we both share, let's talk about. Let me hit off with the first games. We've both mentioned like the last 2 weeks that we've had 8-bits. So it's like, oh, that Volgarr game. I should probably play that.
I should probably play that.
Dude, it's so fucking great, man. It is so good, JP. And is it rage-inducing? Yeah, a little bit. It is. And
Did you rebind your controls?
What?
Did you rebind the controls for it?
This is what I used, man.
Really?
Yep. This is what I used to play, and I made it to the fourth level.
Up for the spear? Because that was like the biggest turnoff for the game.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Right here, baby. And you know what? It felt just all good right here. Now, it was saddening to me that there's no progression save along the way, JP. At least
there is.
From what I understand, though, like you can walk a certain way and level select, but technically you're supposed to like start from the beginning to beat the game. I did not know that.
Because like when you load up the first level, there's like the area behind you can jump into, and that'll warp
right.
Your
you go
save.
backward, oh really? Okay, well maybe I'll need to try that. I thought it was like
the start of the level that you were on last.
That I was on last? Okay. Because I stopped on 4. It took me about 2.5 hours to get through 3 levels.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. So the game is I actually should like post this. I haven't yet, but so the game like I feel like the screenshots actually don't do it justice because the animation is so very smooth and clean.
Yeah.
But if you've played this old game Roston, then I mean, it's a straight up ripoff. And I know that people were comparing it, JP, but I didn't realize that it was a straight up ripoff. What these screenshots don't really show is how fantastic the animation actually is. And, now that I'm thinking about it, like, I don't know why I haven't already, but I will totally upload some videos of this over on the YouTube. But it's great, JP. I mean, if you just want a nice, challenging game and you want to get pissed off a little bit, but you want to feel good because you did, do this or achieve that, then you should go for it. And to think that there's like, within the game, there's also like a speed run setting, so guys are actually speed running in.
Is that what Valhalla mode, or not Valhalla mode, Valkyrie mode or something like that is?
It might be, but there's a sort of official built-in speed running mode to it all. It's so fantastic. Really, really great. So I don't regret the purchase at all. I gave away a couple of copies last weekend on my stream, which is kind of funny, JP, because a Humble Bundle, I purchased 2 additional copies through Humble Bundle, and they actually sent me a message that said, yo, you've bought too much shit, so we're not letting you buy this because we just want to make sure that everything's okay. And I'm like, okay, don't take my money. So, like, the next day I got an email that's like, here's your order from Humble Bundle. I'm like, wait, what? So I have 2 more copies I'm going to give away this weekend.
So I think they contacted Ryan Moore and told him that he was splitting the games up individually to do for giveaways because he doesn't necessarily do the giveaways on his channel. He has a bunch of users that come in and give them away over at twitch.tv/RyuZilla to give him a shout out. And they contacted those people and said to start giving out the giveaways as one entire bundle instead of just the games themselves. They ask him to do this. So
interesting. They've never done that. I haven't done too much splitting. Usually I do give a bundle, but like you'd pay through there for the individual game.
Right.
But great. Fantastic. Get it. You want an old school 8-bit, 16-bit scroller with amazing animation and a throwback and really challenging. This game's fantastic.
So second level's a water level. I've seen the first level played through. I was watching the Giant Bomb stream. Brad's been playing it actually a lot. The second boss looked pretty hard with the figure 8 thing, and then he comes up and does lightning.
Yeah.
Does it get harder than that?
So the third boss is the one that probably gave me the most trouble.
Yeah.
But it's just like a Mega Man boss.
Just memorizing patterns.
It's like once you figure out their pattern and once you're patient, because that's the thing about these games, right? Is that they kill you, but they make it, they give you hope. So then you get impatient and you start making stupid fucking mistakes that then make it impossible. You got to restart. So it's that perfect balance of it's making you angry, it's rewarding you, it's pissing you off, it's motivating. It's just great.
Yeah, I need to play it. I bought it. When I installed my 780, I noticed they sent me like a 25% off in my inventory coupon or something for it. Steam did. I don't know how I got that. I don't know if they do that randomly or what.
It's crazy that you mentioned that because I got one of those the other day too for a game that I didn't even know what the hell it was. I've
gotten a couple of them.
Where the hell do I find that?
It's just in your inventory when you open up Steam. And so I was like, yeah, sure. I just bought it right away on Steam. Played it for about 20 seconds, died, and was like, I'll come back to that later. But I couldn't get past throwing the spears up on the D-pad. That kind of drove me nuts.
What were you using to play with it?
An MLG Pro 360 controller.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just going to rebind it to Y or something like that. It should work fine, right? I don't like having to use the D-pad for stuff like that.
Yeah, I suppose it should work. I mean, I don't know. It just felt all natural.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I was highly annoyed by that. It was hard to move around and still be able to use that Maybe I just got to get used to the control scheme is the biggest thing. I don't know.
We're talking about that was Volgarr for those that are wondering. So
yeah, go play it. It's a good game. Check out at least check a video out of it. Don't just go by the
screenshots. Yeah, because
some of the chat was like, why don't developers release like high resolution GIFs on their?
That's actually a good idea, especially with a game like this, where the animation you see it and you're like, well, wait a second, that screenshot didn't grab me at all. But once you see him swing his sword and you're like, holy shit, this is really, really cool sprite animation. It's the way to go.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I'm stoked. I need to play it. Maybe this weekend.
All right, we'll talk about the other two games. Let me talk about another one. So, God, I mean, trading card games, man, digital trading card games.
You're still on that kick?
How can I not be, JP? It's just
for me, it's easy. I just don't play them.
Well, for me, they like, they take a big fat worm and they put it on a hook and then they're like, wee, yeah. And that's me. So this weekend there is the unveiling, and it's actually like not the unveiling. Like, they've been in beta for a while, but Infinity Wars, which I had the chance to play last weekend on the stream, is doing a big event on Twitch. It starts today. It's going to the 13th. And it's basically going to be one of these situations where, if you stream or you just sort of get involved with some of the activities, they're going to give you access to the game. So after the show, I'm going to post a video. It's going to have a code. Anyone who wants to try it out can give it a shot. The big thing about Infinity Wars is that it has these animated, the animated trading cards. And then it also has a much different playing field than any other trading card game I've ever played. And that's probably one of the things that's the most interesting to me. I mean, obviously the animated cards are fantastic, but sort of it's not just a normal card playing field. Like what you would expect at a Hearthstone, a Magic, even a Soulforge. Like they separate it out. They add like additional layers of like putting out your cards. So I'm pretty excited. The Hex Alpha also started off this week, but apparently it only went to the guys who really forked out the cash. So if you're into the whole Hearthstone kick, the Soulforge kick, Infinity Ward's coming out big this weekend. And the other thing, too, is they just released a giant patch. So a lot of shit was fixed right beforehand. It's got a really intense campaign mode where it sort of teaches you about the cards and the mechanics through the campaign mode, of course, giving you rewards all the way. But I know you're not the biggest TCG guy, or maybe it's not that you're not a fan. It's just I think you know how much time.
Yeah, I think that's the investment. I do not enjoy investing a lot of time into games that I know that are going to be a lot of time, if that makes sense.
I totally understand.
Because like there's no end to that, right? Like I can't start that and be like, well, this game's about 12 hours long, so I can kind of judge that'll take about a week to beat on stream. It's like it's one of those games where like streamers can always have as a fallback game if they don't have anything to stream.
Yeah.
So they they tweeted at me and said if I wanted to a login or whatever or an account that I could get one. So maybe well, I don't know. Probably not. I don't want to get addicted to another fucking. I had my Hearthstone trip for a week.
There's like you've got some sort of safeguard lock on your brain that's like I could not play another game that is going to suck me in so bad. Well, so far you've been doing pretty good, man.
I'm doing pretty good.
You've been doing pretty good.
But then I bought a PS3 to play Beyond Two Souls. So, I mean, what does that say?
Yeah. You still,
it doesn't make much sense.
Some room to improve, maybe.
Yeah. I guess we can just transition that. I ended up buying a PS3. Oddly enough, Walmart didn't have any. They were sold out of PS3s or something. So I had to go to a Best Buy and find it.
That's crazy.
I got the PS3 Slim. It came with a year of PS Plus with it. So that's kind of how I, in my mind, made it worth the purchase for some. I spent whatever. It totally was worth the purchase for me. It was worth the thing's loud as shit, Wheat.
You mentioned that to me.
Like I played Beyond Two Souls with speakers, pretty loud actually, and I could still hear the the Blu-ray drive laser like going back and forth constantly.
I guess I need to pay more attention to my.
I mean, I can actually.
This is a new one, right? This is a slim.
Yeah.
Well, I guess whatever. Slim, not really the right word for it, but. All right.
So, look how small this thing is, Wheat.
Yeah.
Have you seen how small these are compared to the rest?
Yeah, I've got. Oh, no! This is the new one.
This is the new one, yeah.
Oh no,
this is not a slim.
I have the first redesign as the new one, which I actually quite like. This one. This is the one where the tray actually opens on top, right? Oh, I always thought this was a piece of shit.
That's why it's loud as shit.
Yeah, this thing, no wonder.
Because
JP, I didn't realize
it's right there, and this is all that it has for the sound.
Oh wow, yeah.
So it's pretty loud.
God, I've actually never. I totally forgot they released that piece of crap.
I mean, it does what it. I mean, it makes sense. It's the bare bones, but
it does.
It's really small. I was very surprised at actually how small that is compared to like my original PS3, where it was just like gigantic.
Right.
So, but yeah, I ended up getting that. I bought Beyond Two Souls. I got the year of PlayStation Plus, which got me Shadow of the Colossus, which unfortunately I've never played through. So I'll probably be playing through that.
Not unfortunate at all.
Probably be playing through that. Also got Ico. There's a bunch of games. PlayStation Plus is just a silly.
It's so good, dude.
It's a silly thing. It's a silly thing.
And you know what? Like, I want to just kind of. Well, not derail what you're saying, but almost reinforce it, is that they just announced what's coming out for PlayStation Plus next month.
In November.
And I'm so stoked because this is two games that I like. I was this close to spending $120 on both these games combined, and I just never did because there were either other games or something else. But Metal Gear Rising and Remember Me.
Yeah, I never got sucked into Remember Me. I beat Metal Gear Rising. I really enjoyed it until the final boss. The final boss of that game about made me fucking just not beat the game.
Really?
Yeah.
And anger inducing?
I have VODs on my stream where it's like 3 hours of me just like fucking raging the hardest I've raged in a long time.
Oh, hold on. I might have to rage as hard as you rage. Someone said this is for EU only. And if it is, I'm going to be so damn sad.
Oh, it might be.
It does say the content manager for SCEE. Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah, that might be for Europe, man. Because Europe also got... they got... what was the Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. They got that. Which is pretty upsetting to me because I love Dragon's Dogma, but I wasn't going to pay full price for Dark Arisen. And they got it for free.
No, JP, no.
What if... Can't you just change like your region?
You actually, I think, have to have PlayStation Plus like payment attached to... Because I have a UK account.
I might just make a European account, to be honest.
And just...
Like, I'll buy into that for a year. Man. Then you get twice free games, and they're usually different. EU has gotten like incredible games.
Well, it'll come eventually, I think. Yeah, some people have pointed out, like most of the stuff will eventually come.
Yeah. But will we want to play it back then?
Sad face.
When PS4 is out, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, let's talk about the game that I actually bought it for. You've been playing through this.
Yes.
I finished it yesterday. Beyond Two Souls, the David Cage. What is this? His third title, I think.
Yeah, he's probably might have a couple of titles.
Heavy Rain, and then his third a big release.
Yeah.
What did you do before Heavy Rain?
Indigo Prophecy.
Oh yeah, Indigo Prophecy. That's right. I didn't play that. I didn't play Heavy Rain. I'm very familiar with Heavy Rain. I don't know anything. I mean, I know what the story is in Heavy Rain, but I don't know how it ends up and everything like that. Don't know anything about Indigo Prophecy at all. But Beyond Two Souls, I'm just gonna skip past the whole is this a game argument because I don't want to have that discussion. I played it purely for the fact that I was interested in what happens to the main character. And I think it does a good job at kind of enticing you to keep playing it. I don't know if I particularly like how they jump around so much in the story.
Oh, see, I actually really like that, JP. It makes you think about about the sequence of events. Like
And it plays into the story. Like there is a reason why they do that within the story. So
well,
I get it.
okay, and I mean, for me, it just seems like it's pretty good storytelling overall, right? Because like
Yeah.
you are asking these questions, and then eventually it's coming back, and you're finding the answers to all these questions. I
Right.
guess the one thing for me that I kind of like it is as I was playing through it, it made me stop and think about all of the other reference points they've given me. Like, oh,
Hmm.
wait, does she know how to use this part of her power yet in this sequence? Or is
Right.
she a trained CIA badass in this part of the sequence? Like, she's not, so this is going to play out differently than like I would expect. And that's kind of cool, right? Because we play so many games where we just have a progression and we as a character level up and then we have this power and then we have this, but you're constantly sort of in and out of scenarios where what you can do and what's possible for you changes. I really think it's great. That's great. It mixes it up a lot.
Right. Yeah. What do you think about the fact that, as far as I know, you actually can't fail in this game? Like it's always going to progress forward.
Right. So let's actually talk about that a little bit, right? Because Heavy Rain had some of this. It wasn't always. You could like die. There could be like a
But it
stop.
killed the character, and then it progressed with the other parts of the story, right?
In some cases, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about. There's a moment where Jody, the main character, is escaping. It's from the train sequence, and she ends up getting on a motorcycle, right? And then she's
Yeah.
going across a bridge, and so there's a point where she's like, I'd shield me, and you're like going. I actually failed this part for reasons I still don't know because I was like pressing the button, but it like
They are.
wasn't locking
Yeah.
on. So I was like, what the hell? What the hell? It's not
Wait. So
locking
what
on.
happens when you failed that?
Right? So here's what happens. They captured me, which led to a whole different sequence of me inside this armored car with like three other dudes, and I had to figure out how to take over one of the guys and then like end up getting out of the armored car and escaping that way. Where like someone else was telling me that there was like a giant shootout and a helicopter and all this additional chase that happened. So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's actually what I did. Yeah.
yeah,
Because you keep going on the. I think if I'm remembering correctly, you keep going on the motorcycle, and they basically like corner you at it's some cityscape, and there's a billion cops surrounded with you, and there's a helicopter that you have to deal with. And you never saw that at all?
nope, nope, because that one
That's pretty
moment
cool.
that is super awesome. It's
Yeah.
super, and like I won't necessarily want to play the entire game back,
Right.
but that's like a significant enough thing where when I
Sure.
beat the game and I can go select chapters, I might just go back and be like, well, let's find out what happened. Because I'm sure like as more and more people play it, someone will be like, here are the major change. Like you could play through
I
an
would love to
entire
read. Yeah.
sequence,
I would love to read all of the different like paths if someone made like some sort of a spreadsheet or something like that saying like what happens if you do this, et cetera, et cetera. Um, the end of that game, at least my ending, I've been told that there are 20 different endings. I don't know how different those are from one another.
I heard 20 different endings with like four sort of
Main ones.
themes, right?
Okay.
Like, so they all can have different maybe lines in there depending
I
on
can
what
see,
happened throughout the
yeah,
game. But
having finished that game, I can see that. The one thing that I didn't enjoy is with all of the decisions you make, kind of listening to um, the dialogue, and you're having to make these little decisions. I never knew if it was like a big decision or if it was minor or like I wish I knew like how much weight was on that decision. And I don't know how you actually do that. I don't know how you make the player aware of that other than them just kind of having a good guess. But wanted to know. Like, I wanted to know if this was going to decide what happens at the end of the game, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, to me, that's kind of fascinating because I guess at first when I started playing this game, JP, I felt like, oh God, should I say yes? Should I lie? Oh my God, should I be sincere? Like what? But then I guess that kind of adds to sort of the mystery of the game overall, because I kind of once I got to the party, which is probably like the second or third sequence in the whole game, I kind of decided how I wanted to play Jody.
See, I know exactly because I did. I don't want to spoil what happens at the party, but yes, I played it probably the exact same way you played it, and that's where you played it like you're an asshole, right?
Right, and I played it like I'm just going to tell the truth. Like I've decided that I don't want to bullshit around, so I'm just from this point forward in the game, when it says lie or truth, I'm like, I'm fucking telling the truth. So
I tried to do that, and then I got to certain points where it's like, I don't want this person to know. Like I actually think I got like emotionally invested into the character.
That's amazing.
Because then that's amazing, right?
That's fucking amazing that a game can do that, Jay.
Because it changed my entire idea. Like I started out that way, trying to like piss. Basically, God, I tried to play the game that way, and as I went on in the game, I changed my decision based on what was happening in the game and based on what I knew about the character. So, I mean, I guess if it got, I never realized that, but I guess if it got me to do that, then it worked. That's pretty cool.
Don't you think this is what I wish a lot of the people that were reviewing this game would talk about?
Yeah.
Even with some of the low scores, like, right, the game has flaws. I hate the control scheme. It's clunky, it's goofy, but you know what? I had some of the same issues in Grand Theft Auto 5. Didn't make it any less of a game. To me, this is an interactive experience. And if you're going to get bored sitting and sort of having an interactive experience, then guess what? The game's not for you. Just like I won't buy a stealth game, because then I'll say this game sucks because I don't like stealth. But for the interactive experience and for the movie that you are playing, it's goddamn amazing.
And to be honest, I am glad that in these moments where it turns into kind of a military-esque shooter, all I'm doing is poking around a corner and holding down X. And then poking around a corner and holding down X. Like, I do not want to play through another fucking session like that where it's been done a billion times in a game. So I didn't mind at all the fact that I wasn't necessarily like playing a true... I mean, that's not what the game's about in the first place, but it was just simple enough to keep me interested. Mm-hmm. And the fact that I couldn't fail also kept me interested because I wasn't getting frustrated with the game at any point. There were a couple of kind of dry spots in the story for me that I just was not too interested in. I felt like the what's his name? Cole, the black kind of not sub doctor, almost a nurse.
Yeah, that
kind of looks after you. I don't like him as a character. I did towards the end because I made fun of him. But
is he from a different world? Is that I'm gonna look it up right now. I swear to God, it's him. No, a different world. It's an old.
Oh,
it's a spinoff from the Cosby Show. I'm fucking showing my. All right, is Robert Burns? I don't know. That's not the same guy.
Myself and my viewers referred to him as Ice Cuba because we couldn't decide if he was Ice Cube or Cuba Gooding Jr.
I'm gonna bring it up.
So
I'm telling you, it's this. I thought it was. Yes, I thought it was this guy right here. Hold on, I gotta bring up. This is who I thought it was. Like, obviously, this is from a long time ago.
Right.
But
what? I mean,
hold on. Okay, this is like 20 years ago. He looks just like a bigger version of him.
Yeah, he's got a little bit wider face.
I'm telling you. Yeah, this is really 90s. I don't remember which.
That's funny.
Well, actually, where are they now? I might have to look at this guy because maybe we see a picture of what he looks like. Oh, yes! Look at JP! But don't tell that looks exactly like him, dude.
Oh, that does look
exactly like him.
Is that Dancing with the Stars?
Dwayne Wayne. Shit. I don't know.
That looks like Dancing with the Stars. Anyways. Yeah, that does look like him. Holy shit.
It does. Yes, I knew I wasn't crazy.
He has like this weird vibe, man. He keeps calling you like princess and like baby, like throughout all the scenes in your life, and you're kind of like, oh god, stop it, man. You're creeping me out. And so
yeah, there's a lot of creepy stuff.
I thought that Ellen Page did fantastic with the voice acting. William Dafoe, I just referred to him as the Green Goblin the entire time because it was more fun that way. But
yeah, it's been a few
he does a pretty good job. My favorite chapter in the entire thing, and it's not really that spoiler ish, but you play as Jodie and it's date night, and it's really stupid. It's like Ellen Page Simulator 2013. Like, it is the dumbest of dumb.
We played a lot of simulators in this game, actually,
and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed with like, I got to choose like what I was gonna make for the night in terms of dinner, if I wanted to order pizza or like all this stupid shit. And I fucking enjoyed that for some dumb reason. So I don't know. I've talked a lot about it. What about you? You're not done with it yet.
I'm not done with it. It sounds like I'm probably a play session and a half, maybe one single play session away from beating the game. This game has not disappointed, JP. I came into this one with some expectations because I loved Indigo Prophecy. I loved Heavy Rain. I really liked Heavy Rain. There were some sequences that really that were just fantastic. And I remember seeing this trailer for the first time. Well, maybe it wasn't even a trailer. It was more like an interactive. It wasn't even interactive. It was just a presentation by Quantic Dream of what their next game was going to be. And I remember being so interested in it. And it, like, I'm almost ashamed of myself that even I doubted the game.
Right.
You know, and actually, I think it says a lot about the state of game reviews and journalism and how, like, opinion is so all over the board anymore that it's just impossible to let someone else make a decision for you. And
right.
You know, like, I don't like that anyway, but at least it's comforting to, like, look and see what people are, you know, you have a game like Grand Theft Auto and everyone's like, well, fucking 90s across the board. It's an easy decision. When you're like, hey, I'm about to spend $60, I could understand how people would say this wasn't an easy decision for me. But for me, no buyer's remorse. Love the game.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
It's great. Even though I haven't finished it, I would highly suggest it. You know, also, this might be a game because it doesn't have a ton of replay value. I don't know if a lot of people do this anymore, but, you know, maybe you have a couple buddies, you pitch in, and you like pass Ellen around. You know, pass Ellie around. Like, I don't know. Worth the experience, though, for sure.
Yeah, and I can totally see why it got such mixed reviews, because, like, this is a game, I think, where you either really like it or you really hate it. And most of the bad review scores, they didn't really hate the game.
Right.
They just couldn't justify giving it a high review score, I felt. Because, like, in the like final little bits of all the things, it's like, Beyond Two Souls isn't a bad game, but there are some flaws, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's how they all started out. That's how every single one started out.
Right.
And so, like, and they all said that they played it through completion and they were interested in the story. So I really think you just got to decide for yourself. You need to watch a video, watch a stream of it. Go watch. There's a billion Let's Plays of it. Like, see for yourself if you're going to enjoy it. And to be honest, like, this is a perfect game for a Let's Play. Because, like, they can't fail. You're not going to get frustrated at what they're doing in the game. Yep. And you can totally just watch it and see and kind of live through it, live through them playing it. So,
yep,
it's pretty good.
Good stuff. I think it gets the 8-bit seal of approval. That's for certain.
Yeah, I'm glad I played it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll be finishing that up as well. So the other game on both of our lists, which it sounds like you are getting ready to gear up and really go hard. But the Battlefield 4 beta continues to improve. They've released a couple of patches, fixed a couple of small issues that were popping up. And I have to say, JP, just like I kind of mentioned last week, I've been having a really good time. And I'm looking forward.
Yeah, you played it before last week, I think.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit. Yeah.
We've done like I'll be playing again tomorrow, by the way, if you want to, for 1 o'clock Eastern.
I'm in. Let's do it.
That I don't. Yeah, the game's good. It's fun. It's all it is. It's just stupid fun. The new game type they put in, I played that a little bit. I'm not
Oh,
sure if
I
I
haven't
talked to
yet.
you about it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It is called Obliteration. There are 3 bomb spots on each side of the map. You basically pick up a bomb that randomly spawns. You can still shoot while you have it. You don't move any slower, but it marks you on the map, so everyone knows where you're at when you have this bomb. And you basically have to go inside of these 3 spots and plant the bomb. Has, I don't know the exact time, maybe 30 seconds until it explodes. You can go over and defuse it after you kill everyone. And then first to kill those 3 spots wins. They put a 20-minute time cap, I think, on it today because maybe some games weren't finishing. But yeah, Obliteration's pretty fun. I actually did have a lot of fun. It's a 32-person game type instead of 64. It's on the same map.
Oh, okay. Is it any more stable as a result of that? Because, like, I mean, to be fair,
in what sense?
Well, I mean, we've played on the 64-player maps, right?
Yeah,
and I haven't had any issues. I'm just wondering if there's less issues if you're on a smaller server, just because less shit going on. There are those moments where we were having some stuttering and stuff. That's what I'm wondering.
But they also just released that performance patch towards, like, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day prior. And I'm pulling like 60 FPS at all times now. It rarely ever dips below that.
Killer.
And that's with everything on Ultra. So I'm definitely pleased with that. I unlocked the other sniper, the M40A5 or whatever.
Oh, I hate you.
It's pretty good.
So
it doesn't have any attachments or anything yet. I just have a normal scope. So I'm enjoying that. I want to see like what they do with the full game. The beta is ending here in about 3 days. It's free to play if you want to download it. So you can check it out. You just got to download Origin.
You got to have 64-bit.
Yeah, you got to have
better
64.
than duo core.
Yeah. So
duo.
check it out. I'll be playing tomorrow for sub Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern over on my stream. Having a lot of fun with it. And huge shout out to the devs. They contacted me yesterday. We might have some commanders stopping by tomorrow and some other devs messing around with the server. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm in. That sounds like good fun.
It's a fun game. I'm super excited for the release.
Yeah.
That'll be kind of like the last game that I play or the last big game that I play, I think, prior to. Or no, I guess Batman comes out. Batman's out like the 24th.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to stream Batman. I'll probably just play that at my leisure.
Yeah. Just because you don't want the backseat gaming or what?
It's just how I've always completed the Batman games.
Do you 100% them?
No, not usually. I mean, I kind of
those are hard 100%.
I gave the first game a good college try, but yeah, I just
tough.
Dude, I think I'm past my prime in 100%ing anything anymore.
Yeah, same here. I don't 100%.
I
don't have time for it.
Unless it's a game where like there's just a single achievement that's like beat the game and it's short, maybe it'll happen. But I'm not holding my breath for that one. So yeah. any other games that
Not really. I do want to dive into Volgarr like you were talking about. I was trying to go back into Dark Souls just because I want to see how it ran, and the DSi or the DS fix wasn't working. I don't know if it's a graphics issue or what was stopping that from happening, but a little bit disappointed in that. Did you play Metro? I've been thinking about jumping into Metro.
Metro 2033?
Yeah, the Metro Last Light.
No, I haven't played Last Light yet.
I've heard it's really good, but I haven't played it yet. And I might do it because I actually have like the PC that can run it on the best settings, so it looks really good. So maybe I'll jump into that. And maybe
I've heard it's good.
Maybe I'll jump into Pokemon this weekend.
Oh shit!
I don't know. The thing with the DS is like I can't be comfortable when I'm playing that thing. Like I can't play it while I'm laying in bed because then I have to like hold it up over my head. I can't play it on my stomach because then my fucking arms start to hurt after a while. Like I don't know how to play that thing comfortably other than just like sitting in a chair somewhere. And then I'm away from PC.
And you have an XL or not?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
See, I don't have an XL, so that's the big pain in my ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't even play anything for more than 30 minutes.
It sucks.
If it gives me an excuse to play the 3DS more so than the 5 hours than I have, then maybe I'll play it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. That's what we've been playing.
Yeah.
So actually, why don't we just talk about random news shit? Because I know this is just gonna make you more mad. You were
What's
talking
that?
about playing Dark Souls,
Yeah.
and it started popping up everywhere. Like the first thing I saw was Reddit, and it's like my buddy just sent me this, and I want to go over there and choke him out and shit down his face, And I
Yeah.
was like, well, that's kind of rough. And I look at the picture, and it's a message directly from Namco Bandai that's like, hey, congratulations, you've been selected to join the Dark Souls 2 online beta. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. And then you were telling me about it, and you said that you apparently had to be logged in to get this message.
Yeah. Apparently, you had to be on PSN when they were giving these keys out. Otherwise, they would not be able to send it to you. They're saying, I'm reading the Neograph thread right now, over 26,000 players are going to be brought in to the second worldwide test on the 26th of October. The network test version is on the 12th and the 26th. So it looks like there's one that'll be happening soon. Oh, so apparently Namco Bandai, they picked 5K players by random in North America, but the code worked for everyone? I didn't know that.
So wait. So they gave this code they gave out actually.
Apparently it worked for everyone, which means I need to find that code. I'm not too sure though.
What?
Maybe chat can verify on that.
Uh-oh, JP's going to be like, we need to just take a long break here.
Yeah,
so
we
I
just
can
gotta
get
go. We just gotta
sorted
go.
out. Now, it's
I
not
don't know.
out, right?
I wouldn't want to play that game unless it's the full game, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'd just get frustrated that I couldn't finish it.
Well,
But yeah,
it
I'm
is
super.
just supposed to test the online functionality, right?
Yeah, it's just the online functionality. Yeah.
They gave one code that was the first 5K people.
Oh
He
shit!
said
That
he
must
was
have gone
3 hours
incredibly
late
fast.
and got fucked even though he got an invite. Ah.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, they probably just posted the code everywhere. Then 5K people got in within seconds. That's kind of shitty. But yeah, Dark Souls 2, man.
Yeah, that's kind of. What do you think about the fact that they did online? They're doing an online beta for it.
If they mess around with the online components in that game more so and use them more than they did in the past games, I think that's great. Even though I did play, I played with online disabled, like I played offline
Right.
without games for Windows and all that shit. And that was only because I was playing on a stream with a couple thousand people watching. I didn't want jackasses coming in and just trying to troll the shit out of me. But I'll definitely play that game with a delay on a stream
What the?
if I have other people.
Oh, right.
Uh, it'll be the first Souls game where I'm playing where no one knows everything about the game, so I'm really excited for that when it comes out in March. Which is kind of weird that's coming out in March. Man, that website's filled with
Holy
ads.
crap,
Jesus.
dude! It's like a game on the website. Like, can you
Yeah.
close it? What was that Grand Theft Auto mission where you had to go and be the IT
Oh,
guy
yeah,
and
yeah,
like close
the
all the
porn.
pop-ups
Yeah.
and shit?
Yeah,
It's
that was
like,
pretty
man, Michael trained me well.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for Dark Souls 2. It's still coming out March 2014. Like, is that too far down the line that like I'll still play the shit out of it, but March 2014 for release on PS3 and Xbox 360.
You mean like it just seems? Well, I mean, we
Man, that's
knew
a long
this.
time from now, man. That's 5 months from now.
There's gonna be that sort of last cycle of games, JP. It just so happens, I think Dark Souls is going to be Dark Souls 2 will be one of those final games, in that cycle, which isn't a bad game to have in the cycle. But
It's not.
just think, JP, the next Dark Soul game is going to be like 30 times as large.
Yeah,
It will have some sort of procedural engine where the monsters will fuck you even more than they already do. Like,
did you see they released a patch for Dark Souls 1
No.
that made the enemy AI even harder?
Oh my god.
In the sense that it didn't make like their like actual AI harder, but what it did is it gave them sight of view from really, really fucking far away. So their aggro ranges were like incredibly long. And so you would just have like I think I read that the before you enter into whatever his name's castle is with all the lizard people, that forge, the blacksmith that's right there, that you go to before you fight the gargoyles. You know the like giant black statue that's down at the bottom. I'm forgetting all the proper names. With like the giant guy below the
Sen's Fortress.
yeah. But the forge there, whatever, the blacksmith, the guy outside of it.
I don't.
The giant black thing that you can do.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I don't know his proper name.
But you know the
We'll
guy,
call it
right?
Bob.
Yeah. So when you're at that bonfire there, if you go down the first flight of stairs, apparently that thing aggroes you. Like that's how far the aggro range is.
Doesn't that like almost make it impossible to play? Because there's like some
I don't
parts
know.
where
Tide Night Demon. That's what people are saying. That's the name of it. But yeah.
yeah.
Apparently he aggroes you from that far away. So I don't know. I will not play it through that, but it's pretty crazy that someone like went and recoded the AI to do that.
That's a fuck them even more. Yeah. What else we got for news? Maybe one more piece and then we'll take a break.
Sure.
Which one? We were talking about it before. All right, here's two short ones we could probably talk about. So The Wolf Among Us episode 1 is out today. So far, people are saying it's great, but you guys, you already knew that because I told you how amazing Fables is, the comic, and Walking Dead, the Telltale game, was amazing. So you know that they were going to make this fucking amazing. Now, here's the big question, JP, because you said, I said, are you actually interested in playing this game? And you responded, well, yes, but maybe when the whole game comes out. And I'm actually curious if there's a lot of people in that same, in that same boat.
I jumped into The Walking Dead when they released part 3, I think is when I did that. No, it was part 2. It was part 2. And so that's when I kind of got into the mix of things. And I kind of wish I had waited till the very end, until it was all out. Because they cliffhanger the shit out of those.
Yeah, they do.
And that stuff's kind of annoying to me, but if it's as good, I mean, it's sitting right now on Metacritic. It's got like 12 critics. It's 81 average. IGN Game Informer and a Joystick all gave it 90s or 9s. So it's definitely not bad. I'm not as oh, my camera froze. I'll fix that here.
It did. I was about to tell you. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
No problem. It's not as like I don't know that much about that world. So maybe that'll be the thing that kind of pushes me over to buy it. You know a lot about that world, so you're already jumping in, right?
I do. I know a lot about the world, and like where it takes place is it's at the beginning of the comic arc. We talked a little bit about it, where it kind of fits in. But the main character, Bigby Wolf, is just like by far one of the best characters in the series, and he is the fairy tale equivalent of the big bad wolf. Right. So it is like. Everything that is in the game, you will have some sort of connection to it, whether you've heard the story or you're familiar, you've seen the Disney movie, whatever, because like everything, Snow White, the dwarves, like Oz is in it, the Wonderland is in it, and most of it, I believe most of this game, 100% of the game takes place in Fabletown, which is basically the modern day area where the Fables live. And imagine their kingdom is, they left their kingdom to come to Fabletown because of this guy
just
called the
like
Emperor.
the ABC show.
Well, yes, but the ABC show was supposed to be Fables, but see, over there they were incapable of actually unzipping their vaginas and taking their testicles out, so they made a piece of shit and decided not to make Fables. And even though it's still decent, compared to Fables, Once Upon a Time is actually a piece of runny, corn and peanut-ridden, smelly shit.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Noted. Yes. So yeah, maybe I'll jump in. I think right now, after just finishing Beyond Two Souls, I want a game. Like I want something that has like direct control, et cetera, et cetera. And Walking Dead typically didn't have that. But they had a lot of like, oh shit moments, so we'll play it eventually. I don't know when it'll be, but it definitely looks cool. That's for sure.
Yep, I'm excited for this one.
You gonna play it this weekend?
Yeah, man, I'm with you, JP. Like when I was playing Beyond Two Souls or Volgarr or some other game, I was like, God, it feels great to not play a game where I have to drive from point A to B.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
thinking I'm kind of have to join you in that. It's going to be like, God, it feels good to not have to do a QuickTime event to fucking open this can of soda in the game or something like that. I don't know.
yeah.
So I'm so ready to play it. Like, yeah, fuck. Who am I kidding? I'm going to fucking play this game.
Someone brings up the point that like Walking Dead was so good because you were so attached to Clementine. Do you feel like they're not gonna have that type of pull?
You guys, first off, you didn't know you were going to get attached to Clementine, even in the first episode. People like, I mean, you have interactions with Clementine, but the connection doesn't actually start until, episode 2 and 3. I personally feel like this is just going to sell Bigby Wolf as like people are going to be like, fucking A, this guy is the bomb. Okay. So I mean, are they going to have a Clem element of it? No, but I think that you are going to, you're going to become attached to Bigby Wolf for sure.
Okay. Yeah. God damn it. Maybe I'll jump into that. There's too many fucking games, Wheat.
Yeah. I would not blame you if you waited till the end. Because, frankly, sure. I think for someone who's going to come into the material with, like, completely fresh, not having known any of it, it's actually probably easier for you to retain all the stuff when it's
That was the other thing, too, is because I played 3 right when it came out, episode 3 of Walking Dead. And, like, between those breaks, there were things where I was like, okay, what happened last time?
Exactly.
Like, who died? And they did their best at recapping it, and maybe that's something that they improved on, but maybe that's good enough reason for me to wait.
Nope. But I'm excited. And I think it will be different than The Walking Dead. Someone did say, Bender Unit said, I didn't like The Walking Dead that much. The main point was trying to make you feel bad about decisions when you never really had a good decision to make in the first place. And he's right. That's all Walking Dead did to you, is that even when you thought you were making this is the right one, fucking salt block to the head, like, no, what the shit? I don't think A Wolf Among Us is going to be like that. I think that there's keep in mind, he's the lead investigator for Fabletown. So I think it's going to have a more unravel the mystery.
Just a straight up Once Upon a Time or Once Upon a Time ripped that
shit.
Straight
there
up.
Ain't no big bad wolf in fucking in Fabletown. Plus Snow White.
We don't know. Maybe the main character, the blonde, is the big bad wolf. Maybe that's a big reveal.
Snow White is like I actually kind of liked Snow White in Once Upon a Time, but then I started reading Fables, and I'm just like, bitch, take your short hair back to wherever you came from.
She did
you
look
are
better
not Snow White.
I agree.
Not Snow White. All right.
Oh God, did you finish season 2 of that show yet? Of Once Upon a Time?
No.
You should finish season 2. I don't think I'm going to watch season 3 till it's over because that show is the biggest fucking cliffhanger bullshit.
Yes, it is. But which show is it on television these days?
Yeah, that's true. That's totally true.
Which show is it?
Mean, I do that all the time on Roleplay. So,
speaking of which, as we head into the break, did you hear about this guy from like DreamWorks Animation who offered the folks at Breaking Bad to make 3 additional episodes for $75 million?
No, what?
Yeah, this guy who didn't really, he's a huge Breaking Bad fan, apparently, blah, blah, blah. And then he went on to talk about how he wanted to make it some giant television pay-per-view event where all of the episodes were 6 minutes long, and then they made up 3 more episodes, and they would be like 99 cents a piece. And as I was reading this, I went from like, damn, dude, that'd be awesome. 3 additional episodes, like $75 million, that's awesome. But then as I kept reading, I was like, this guy is out of his fucking mind.
That's a little crazy.
It is. You know what, though, JP? I'd like to, like a show and be that rich someday. After I win the lottery, just be like, you know what? I really liked Lost. Here's $100 million to make 3 more episodes. I don't know. That's kind of crazy. You ready to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay, let's do that. Guys, we're going to continue with our second hour of 8-Bits as we move on to the news of the week and open up the phone lines for you guys, so don't go away. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.